Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJO Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1972 postseason is on the air. We are at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. This is Game 1 of the National League Championship Series between the Houston Astros and the Chicago Cubs. The Astros went ahead and knocked out the Pittsburgh Pirates in their NLDS. The Cubs knocked out the historical National League champion Cincinnati Reds in their NLDS. Now these two will go after each other in the NLCS. This should be a very interesting series, I think. The Astros do have some pretty good hitting there. The Cub pitching may be a little better. The Astros did lose Fred Gladding for the entire postseason, so the Astros are a little thin in the bullpen. I'm going to have to utilize them a little conservatively to not go through the whole bullpen so fast if possible. But we will see what happens as the Astros and the Cubs will play Game 1 of this NLCS tonight. Jeremy Brooks, Vita Productions, and Frank Rosenk join us here at Wrigley Field. So already this NLCS is already off to the LCS round is already off to a great start after a 15-inning marathon last night between the Yankees and the Royals. And if that game is any indication of how this whole round is going to go, I'm going to be dead tired. But let's see what happens tonight as we go to Game 1 of this NLCS here at Wrigley Field. Not a single seat is empty, and mostly Cub fans, although Steeler fan might be somewhere in the crowd, probably somewhere down the third or first base line. We'll find them someplace, right? Let's see how it goes here. Starting pitcher for the Chicago Cubs is their ace starter number 1, Milt Pappas. Pappas has a record of has 2 no decisions. So he has no wins, no losses, and 2 no decisions. So he does not have an official, although he doesn't have any wins or losses or anything like that. But Pappas has been a pretty good pitcher so far for the postseason. So the Astros are ready. The Cubs are ready. Let's get this NLCS underway. The World Series awaits one of these two teams. The Astros trying to get to the World Series for the 3rd time in the network. The Cubs trying to get there for the 1st time. Let's see. Let's go to the top of the 1st. Leading off for the Astros, with a shortstop, Roger Metzger. He is 3 for 15 for the postseason. We're going to use blue, white, and blue dice. Cubs are the home team. And we are ready. We are set. Let's play some baseball. Let's go to the top. Let's go to the first pitch. Pappas, 3-1. Range play. Metzger, 4-4. That's a fly ball hit to center field. Going after that is Rick Monday. His range is a 3, and he won't get it. And that's going to be a leadoff base hit for Metzger. It'll be a single. It's kind of out of the reach of Monday, and already the Astros start with a man on. Infield double play, and now the center fielder, Cesar Cedeno. He is killing it this postseason. He is 10 for 14, and he has a home run. Right now, Cedeno would probably be the MVP if the Astros won the thing, but we got a long way to go. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 16. Metzger stays where he is. Pappas, 4-1 against the righties. Strikeout 12, that is high. Wrigley Field, Hitters Park, 146 home runs, -2 to strikeouts. Cedeno, 3-6, and that is a ground ball to third. 2, 3, 4. Second base, Beckert, -1, 1-3. It's a double play. They won't get it. The throw will go to first as a slow rolling grounder. Metzger will get to second base, and that will be the first out. 1 down, and that will see the right fielder, Jimmy Wynn. Wynn is 3 for 12 for the postseason. DB and Phoenix Knight joins us here at Wrigley Field. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 19. Wynn is not going to bunt. Pappas, 4-2. That's a blank. Wynn, 1-1. That's flied to left field. Billy Williams is going to get to it. He'll make the catch. It's out number 2. Metzger, base runner 4, hit to left, minus 3 is a 1. Williams is a +1 arm, a 1-2. Metzger will get the third, and he will. Metzger has pretty good speed. He'll get to third base, so a wild pitch could score him possibly. But he is now on third. And now the first baseman, Lee May. May is 5 for 15 for the postseason. Strategy roll. Metzger stays where he is. Pappas, he will go ahead and deal. Pappas, 4-5, strikeout 12. That is high. May, 3-1, base hit, right field, and the Astros are going to take the lead early. Metzger will come in and score. It's 1-0 Astros. So the Astros already get on the board on an RBI single by May. And now we'll see the left fielder, Bob Watson. He is 7 for 11 for the postseason, and he has a home run. Watson has been very, very good. May is on at first base. Strategy, nothing on the 17. May will stay put. Pappas, 4-5, strikeout 2, swing and a miss, struck him out. He'll get Watson and end the inning. 1 run, 2 hits for the Astros as they are first on the board. And we will go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Houston Astros, their number 1 starter, Don Wilson. He also has a record of no wins, no losses, and 1 no decision. Remember, the Astros kind of swept the Pirates right out of that series, so this is only his second start. And now in the bottom of the first, leading off for the Cubs, the shortstop, Don Kessinger. He is batting .333 for the postseason. Wilson with the pitch. Wilson, 2-1, strikeout, 18 is high. Kessinger, 1-5, that's a fly ball, hit the center field. And Cesar Cedeno will make the catch. Here comes the second baseman, Glenn Beckert. He is batting .409 for the postseason, having a pretty good playoff so far. Wilson, 5-6, hit by pitch, 20 is high. Beckert, 4-5, and that's another fly out to center. Cedeno will come in a bit and grab it, 2 down. And here comes the left fielder, Hall of Famer, Billy Williams. But he's not having a Hall of Fame postseason so far. He does have a home run, but he's only batting .167. Wilson with the pitch. 2-3, walk 17, that is high. Williams, 3-5, and he grounds it to shortstop, taken care of there by Metzger. Metzger will toss it over and end the inning. 1-2-3, go the Cubs. 1-0 in favor of the Stros after 1. Jimmy Jam joins us here at Wrigley Field. Leading off for the Astros with the third baseman, Doug Rader. Rader is 4 for 13 for the postseason. Pappas with the deal. 1-2. Home run chance. Righty. 1-15. The 18 is too high. Rader, 4-5, and he grounds it to shortstop. Taken care of there by Don Kessinger. And he will throw to first for the out. Wow, Pappas almost made a big mistake. And that probably would have been a home run, maybe. But he will just have to accept the ground out. Second baseman Tommy Helms is up next. He's 5 for 12 for the playoffs. Pappas, a 5-1 blank. Helms, 6-6, base hit. He'll hit that one past second base, and Helms will get a single. Astros are hitting early. And now the catcher, Johnny Edwards. Edwards is 4 for 12 for the playoffs, and he has a bomb. Tracy Mann joins us here at Wrigley Field. Infield is at double play depth. Strategy for Helms, and he will stay where he is. Edwards actually does get the hit and run. Helms, 11 plus 2 is a 13. Edwards does have a little home run power, but it might not be a bad idea. Hit and run is on. Pappas, 1-6, hit by pitch. That is high. Edwards, 3-6, and that's going to be a fly ball hit to right field. That'll be caught by Jose Cardinal for out number 2, and Helms will have to race back to first. And here comes the pitcher, Don Wilson, batted 105 with 2 RBIs in 72. Strategy roll. Helms will stay where he is. Pappas, 2-2, blank. Wilson, 2-5. That's a ground out to third base. Ron Santo will get that. And he's going to throw to second again, Helms, and that will end the inning. No runs and a hit for the Astros. We go to the bottom of the second. Leading off for the Cubs will be the first baseman, Jim Hickman. He's batting .333, and he has 2 home runs in the postseason. Wilson, 6-3, possible error. Hickman, 2-1. That's a fly ball to left field. Going after that is Bob Watson. His error rating is a 5. That's a 1, and he's going to drop it out there. That's going to drop out of his glove. He is actually going to misplay it, and that's going to drop it out there. Hickman's going to wind. I believe Hickman automatically winds up on that. Let me just make sure. Let's see. Runners on base. Let's see here. Error on a fly out. Runners on base roll a D6. So Hickman's base running rating is a 3, and that is a 4. He'll actually stay at first base. But he is safe on an error as Watson drops one out there. And that's going to be an E7. First error on the Astros. And Hickman holds it first on a fly-out error. So Hickman on it first. And now that brings up the third baseman, Ron Santo. And he has been amazing. Batting .417 for the playoffs, including 4 bombs. And the last 2 games, he hit 2 each. The fans at Wrigley Field know Santo so far. Really, it was Ron Santo who carried the Cubs, who put the Cubs on his back to win that series against the Reds. Strategy, nothing on the 13. Hickman stays where he is. Wilson, 2-6, strikeout 3. He'll get him. Struck him out. First strikeout for Wilson. And now the center fielder, Rick Monday, who was actually injured in the 5th game of the series against the Reds, but it was only a game day injury. Monday is 4 for 7. Actually, no, he wasn't injured. He was thrown out. He was ejected. Monday, 4 for 17 for the series. Strategy roll, nothing on the 14. Wilson, 2-6, strikeout 17. That's going to miss. Monday, 3-2, and it's a grounder right back to Wilson. 1-1. And because he's a +1, by hit to the pitcher, it's a -1 automatically. So it stays, that washes it out. So 1-1, and you don't get anything for double play. Monday, a lefty, so shortstop is pivot, and that's Metzger, and he's a 0. So only a 1, they're going to turn the double play. They won't. Hickman actually has got good enough speed. Even being held, he'll race it to second base. Wilson's only play is to first, and that is out number 2. Hickman to second base and a ground out back to the pitcher. And now we'll see the catcher, Randy Hundley. Hundley is batting .200 for the playoffs. Strategy roll. Hickman stays where he is. Wilson with the pitch. Wilson, 6-4, strikeout 6. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and that will end the inning. Second strikeout for Wilson. No runs, no hits. There was an error. But the Cubs couldn't take advantage of it. 1-0 Astros after 2. Top of the order for the Astros. Here's Roger Metzger. He got a base hit his first time up. Pappas, a 2-2 blank. Metzger, 4-3, and that's ground out to second base. Beckert will take care of that and throw it over for the out. Here's Cedeno. Cedeno is 0 for 1. Yes, we do rest in peace to Pat Zachary, who passed away on Thursday, and even I didn't know that. That's Pat Zachary, the guy who the Mets traded for when they dealt Tom Seaver to the Reds. So right now, you kind of think maybe Pat Zachary just showed up at heaven and Tom Seaver's looking at him and he's saying, again? You kind of think Tom Seaver is shaking his head right now up there and say, again you show up? Man, I've been traded again. Pappas will pitch to Cedeno. Pappas, 2-5, blank. Cedeno, 2-5. That's a base hit. He'll hit that one pass short. Cedeno keeps on hitting. He'll get to first. And the batter now is Wynn. Wynn is 0 for 1. Infield double play. Cedeno, 55 stolen bases. That is a 9. He's going. 14 plus 2 is 16. Hundley plus 1 is a 17. There he goes. A 1 to 17. He is safe. And just got under the tag, but he is safe with a stolen base. First stolen base of the game for Cedeno. That takes away the double play, and he'll stay at second this time. Pappas with the pitch. Pappas, 5-3 against the righty. Strikeout plus 10, but that 20 is too high. Win, 2-3, and that is going to be a grounder to third. That's picked up by Santo. The throw goes to first. Cedeno, he'll stay at second base, 2 down. And now here's May. May got a base hit his first time up. 2 outs. Top of the third, 1-0 Astros. Strategy. And Cedeno gets the steal sign, but he'll stay at second base. Pappas, 2-2, blank. May, 4-1, and that's flied to straightaway center. And Rick Monday will go ahead and get it, make the catch, and end the inning. No runs, a hit, and a stolen base. And the Astros holding on to a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the third. Leading off for the Cubs is the right fielder, Jose Cardinal. He is 5 for 19 for the playoffs, and he does have a home run. Wilson, 3-6 against the righty. Strikeout 12 is high. Cardinal, 3-1, and that's a single into left field. And the Cubs will get the leadoff man on again. Base hit for Cardinal. And that will bring up the pitcher, Milt Pappas. He had a 191 average. He does have a home run. Infield is actually going to call the corners in, expecting a bunt. And he does get the bunt sign. And Pappas, not a good bunter, though. I'm going to swing away. He has home run ability. Might as well see if he can do it. Actually, might want to do it. Wilson with the pitch. Wilson, 5-5. That's a pitcher result. Right-handed's an automatic blank. Pappas, 3-3. And that is going to be a fly out to center field. Cedeno will get to it and make the play. And that is out number 1. Infield now goes to double play for Kessinger. Kessinger's 0 for 1. Cardinal, strategy roll. Cardinal will stay put. Wilson with the deal. Wilson, 5-1 against the switch left. That's a blank. Kessinger, 3-5, and that's a ground ball to first. 2-3-3. Shortstop pivot Metzger 0, 1-3. It's a 3-6-3 double play, and it's a slow rolling grounder to first base, though. And that's going to be Lee May taking it. His only play is to tag out Kessinger. Cardinal will go to second. That's 2 outs. Kessinger actually tried to get there, but he will not. But that does allow Cardinal to get to second and keep the inning alive. 2 outs now for Beckert. Beckert is 0 for 1. 1-0 Astros, game 1 of this NLCS. Strategy. Cardinal stays put. Wilson, 5-1 against the righty. Strikeout plus 10. And that 9 is just going to get him. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and the inning is over. That is the third strikeout for Wilson. No runs and a hit. 1-0 Astros after 3. Top of the fourth. Leading off for the Astros will be Bob Watson, and he's 0 for 1. Pappas, they'll go ahead and deal. Pappas, 2-4, possible error. Watson, 6-3, grounder to second base. Getting over there is Glenn Beckert. His error rating is a 7. That's a 19. He'll make the play and toss it over for the out. One away. Nice play by Beckert to avoid the error. And now Raider 0 for 1. Pappas, he'll pitch. Pappas, 3-6, strikeout, 16 is high. Raider, 3-1, and that's a ground out to third base. Santo will pick it up and toss it over, 2 down. And now Helms. Helms got a base hit his first time up. Pappas, 3-5, error on a throw. Helms, 2-1. That's a ground ball right back to Pappas. But Pappas has an error rating of 0. He will not make an error. He'll take care of it easily. He'll underhand it to first. And that is a nice job by Pappas. 1, 2, 3, go the Astros. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Billy Williams leads off for the Chi Cubs. He's 0 for 1. Game 1 of this NLCS, Astros and Cubs. Who will go to the World Series? Astros, it would be their third trip. They're 1-1. The Cubs would be their first. Wilson, 4-6. Home run chance. Lefty, 1-11. The 5 is good. Against the righty, Williams needs a 20. Well, that's really not going to really matter. That's going to pretty much gone out of here. Because that one just left the yard. Kaboom! That ball is high, that ball is deep, and that ball is gone! Home run, Billy Williams! Stadium cheers! Yay! Second home run of the playoffs for Billy Williams, who's not really hitting that well, but that one, I don't know. That might have went over the fence, over the stands. That one was pretty well hit. Here comes Hickman. Hickman reached on an error his first time up. Now tied at 1. Wilson, 3-2, walk 17. That is high. Hickman, 6-6, and that's a base hit. He'll hit that one past third, and now the Cubs got a home run and now a single. And now the very dangerous Santo. Santo is 0 for 1. Infield is at double play. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 5. Hickman will stay where he is. Wilson will now pitch to Santo. Fans here at Wrigley Field suddenly just woke up. Wilson, 1-3 against a righty. Strikeout. 17 is high. Santo, 1-5. It's a power hit to right field. That is an 18, and that's going to be too high. It'll be a fly out to right. Getting over there is Jimmy Wynn. He will make the catch, and that is the first out. Gave it a nice ride, but it will stay in the park, and Hickman will go back to first. Here's Monday. Brian Patterson joins us here at Wrigley Field. Hickman on it first. Wilson will go ahead and strategy roll first. And Hickman, he actually gets the steal sign. Going to send him. 15 plus 1 is 16. Catcher Edwards plus 2 is 18. Hickman on his way to second. A 1 to an 18. He is safe. And it just got under the tag, but he is safe there. Hickman steals a base. Stolen base for Jim Hickman. That takes away the double play. Re-roll the strategy, and Hickman will stay at second base. Clee baseball fan joins us here at Wrigley Field. Hickman on at second. Wilson will pitch. Wilson, 5-5. That's a pitcher result. Lefty, 1-12 is a single up the middle. The 15 is too high. Monday, 5-6, and it's a base hit past second base. Will that score Hickman? Yes, it will. Hickman will come around from second. He will score. 2-1 Cubs. Stadium cheers. Yay! Monday gets a base hit, and the Cubs now take the lead 2-1. And now here's Hundley. Hundley is 0 for 1. Infield back at double play depth. Monday had 12 stolen bases, and he's staying where he is. Hundley gets the bunt sign. He says, "You kidding? I'm swinging." Wilson, 1-1, walk, 9, that's high. Hundley, 4-1, that's fly to center field. Cedeno's going to go ahead and get it for the second out. And now here's Cardinal. Cardinal got a base hit his first time up. Monday, he'll stay put. Wilson, 5-1 against a righty. Strikeout plus 10. That 16 is going to be too high. Cardinal would become a 16, but -2 makes him a 14. Cardinal, 1-5, but he'll chop it to first base, and Lee May will take it himself and get to the bag and end the inning. 2 runs, 3 hits, a stolen base, and a solo bomb by Billy Williams. Cubs take a 2-1 lead here after 4. Top of the 5th. Leading off for the Astros is Johnny Edwards, and he's 0 for 1. Pappas, 1-4, blank. Edwards, 3-1, ground out to second. Beckert will move over there, get it, and toss it over for the out. Next up is Wilson. Wilson is 0 for 1. Pappas goes ahead and pitches. Pappas, 4-2, that's a blank. Wilson, 2-6, and he grounds it right back to Pappas. Pappas will go ahead and get that. He'll throw it over for out number 2. And now Metzger. Metzger is 1 for 2, has a single. Pappas, 3-3, blank. Metzger, 2-1, fly out to center. And Monday is going to say he has it, and he does. And that is a 1-2-3 inning for Pappas. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Wilson will stay on the mound. And Milt Pappas will lead off for the Chi Cubs. He's 0 for 1. 2-1, favor of the Cubs, bottom of the 5th inning. Game 1 of this NLCS. Wilson, 5-5. That's a pitcher result. It's an automatic blank, though. Pappas, 1-2, and a swing and a miss struck him out. And that is strikeout number 4 for Don Wilson, as he gets Pappas to swing at nothing but air. Kessinger is next. He is 0 for 2. Funkin' Boxing TV with Sir Ron 61 joins us here at Wrigley Field. That's probably a good way to say that name because I just love the name. Wilson, 4-5. That's at the park. Wrigley Field, 4-3, and that's flied to center field. Cedeno says he has it. He'll come in a bit, but he'll make the play easily, 2 away. And now Beckert, as Dan Atkins joins us here at Wrigley Field. Beckert is 0 for 2. Wilson, he will pitch. 2-2, range play. Beckert, 4-3, single to center field, but Cesar Cedeno's got an eye on it. His range is a 3, and he'll make the catch and take a base hit away from Beckert. Da-na-na, da-na-na. Nice play, a web gem there by Cedeno. Takes a hit away, and 1-2-3 go the Cubs. 2-1 after 5. As Frank Rosank wants to put me into an early grave. We go to the top of the 6th. If that happens, Frank, no one's going to be able to complete this season. Cesar Cedeno leads off for the Astros, 1-for-2. Pappas will pitch. Pappas, 6-2, error on a grounder. Cedeno, 1-2, base hit. Cedeno just continues to hit. That's a single to left field. Left fielder is Billy Williams. His error rating is a 4. That's a 2. He's going to make an error out there. Cedeno rounds first, goes to second. A 1-4. Cedeno will take third, and he won't. He'll hold at second base as Williams got that ball in. But that's going to be a single and an error. An E7 on Williams. That's the first error on the Cubs. And the tying run is at second base. As Billy Williams misplays the base hit. And Cedeno winds up at second. And now the batter is Wynn. Wynn is 0-for-2. Infield stays back. Strategy roll. And Cedeno does get the steal sign to go to third, but he will hold. Cedeno will hold at second base. Pappas will pitch. Pappas, 1-3 against a righty. Strikeout, 17 is high. Win, 5-3, and against a righty, it's going to be a double to right field. This game is tied. Cedeno comes around from second. He will score. We're tied at 2. Jimmy Wynn comes through with a big-time double. And now the batter is May. Stadium groans. Still nobody out here on the top of the 6th. May is 1-for-2. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 8. Wynn stays at second. Pappas will pitch. Pappas, 6-4, blank. May, 2-6. And that's a ground ball to first base. Handled there by Hickman. May is out, and Wynn will go to third. One down. Now the infield will come in for Watson. Watson is 0-for-2. Tied at 2 here. Bottom of the 6th inning. Pappas, strategy roll first. Nothing on the 15. Pappas, 4-2. That's a blank. Watson, 4-4. And that's a ground ball to third. Wynn has a base running rating of 1 with the infield in. I'm going to roll to see if he goes. A 1 is the only way he can go. No, he will hold. The throw will go to first for the out, 2 away. So ground ball to third base. Santo holds Wynn at third, and the throw goes to first for the out, 2 down. And now here's Rader. Rader is 0-for-2. Infield now back to normal. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 12. Pappas setting in for Rader. Doug gets it in there, and he is ready. Pappas with the deal. Pappas, 6-2. Error on a grounder. Rader, 5-5. Nope, that's going to be a fly ball to right field. And Jose Cardinal will get to it. He'll make the play and end the inning. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error. We got a tie game here going in the bottom of the 6th. Leading off for the Cubs will be Billy Williams. And he got a bomb his last time up. He's 1-for-2. That was Williams' second home run of the playoffs. Wilson will go ahead and deal. Wilson, 3-3, wild pitch, ball 1. 6-4, strikeout, 13, that's high. Williams, a 2-5, and he grounds it to first base. And Lee May will take care of that himself, 1 away. And now Hickman. Hickman 1-for-2, singled, stole a base, and reached on an error. 1 man out. Wilson will pitch. Wilson, 5-2, strikeout, 19 is high. Hickman, 6-1. That's a ground ball hit to the shortstop. Easy play from Metzger. And over to first it goes, 2 away. Here comes Santo. Santo looking for his first hit of the ball game. Wilson, he'll go ahead and pitch. Wilson, 6-1 against the righty. Walk 11. That's ball 4. Santo does draw the 2-out free pass. And that is only the first walk given up by Don Wilson. Pretty good control so far. And now Monday. Monday, 1 for 2 with a single. Santo on at first. And he will stay at first, even though he does get the steal sign. Santo says, "Are you kidding? Let Monday swing." And we will. David Vega joins us here at Wrigley Field. Wilson with the pitch. Wilson, 5-2, strikeout, 13, swing and a miss, struck him out, and he will get Monday and then the inning. Nothing across except a walk, tied at 2 after 6. We go to the top of the 7th. Pappas can pitch to 4 more batters before fatigue. And so can Wilson. He can also pitch to 4 more batters before fatigue. And we'll see what happens if they let Wilson pitch. Tommy Helms leads off for the Stros. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Tied at 2, top of the 7th, game 1 of this NLCS. Pappas, 4-4 against the righty. Strikeout, 10 is high. Helms, 4-6, and it's a ground ball to second base. Beckert will go ahead and get it, and over to first it goes. Next batter is Edwards. Edwards is 0 for 2. Pappas, congratulations to Purdue, by the way. Pappas, 2-3, that is a blank. Edwards, 5-6, and that's a ground ball to second base once again. Beckert, he is up with it. Takes his time over to first, 2 down. And now the batter is Wilson. Wilson is 0 for 3. If he had played, I would like Wilson to go 1 more inning, mostly because the Astros are a little thin in the bullpen due to Gladding being out. I'm going to let Wilson bat. He can pitch to 4 more batters, so the 7th inning is probably going to be his last inning. So they're going to let Wilson bat here. Pappas will go ahead and he will pitch. Pappas, 5-4. That's at the park. Wrigley Field, 2-6. It's a home run to the pull side. Don't worry, not happening. Wilson has zeros. That is going to be a fly ball to left field, and Billy Williams will come in there. He will make the catch, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3, go the Astros. And we are at the 7th inning stretch already. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, tomorrow we have more playoff baseball. It'll be Sunday morning, probably around between 11 and 11:30. It'll be game 2 of the American League Championship Series between the New York Yankees and the Kansas City Royals. After that marathon in game 1, the Yankees will be looking to tie that series up as the Royals lead that series 1-0. It will it will be Mel Stottlemyre going for the Yankees against Dick Drago for the Royals. So that is the pitching matchup in the morning tomorrow. Sunday morning baseball, game 2 of the ALCS between the Yankees and the Astros. Don't miss that matchup. Bottom of the 7th here, tied at 2. Don Wilson, probably his last inning. And leading off for the Cubs will be Randy Hundley, and he's 0 for 2. Tied at 2. Wilson with the pitch. Wilson, 5-5. Pitcher result. Righty's a blank. Hundley, 6-4, and it's a fly to center field. Cedeno will go ahead and make the play, and that is the first out. Next up is Cardinal, and he's 1 for 2 with a base hit. Wilson, he will pitch. Wilson, 4-1 against the righty. Strikeout plus 10. That 16 is too high. Cardinal, 4-4, and he popped it out to third. Doug Rader says he has it, and he will make the catch for out number 2. And now the batter is Pappas, and Pappas, he can pitch to one more batter before he tires. And I think this is going to be it for him. Pappas will not come to the bench, to the plate. He is done for the game. So done goes him. We'll see a pinch hitter for the Cubs. And it is going to be Joe Pepitone. 262 average, 8 homers, 21 RBI. So Pappas, unless Pepitone unless they take the lead here, Pappas is going to have his third no decision. Wilson with the pitch. Wilson, 1-3 against the lefty. Blank. Pepitone, 4-5. It's a base hit. He keeps the inning alive. A single to left. So Pepitone gets a single. And now here's Kessinger. Kessinger 0 for 3. Pepitone did have a stolen base. He will not get one here. Wilson will go ahead and set. And Brian I know, Bieber will not make the 2024 replay. Pepitone on it first. Strategy roll still active. Nothing on the 7. Wilson with the pitch. Wilson, 6-5 against the switch left. It's a blank. Kessinger, 3-3, and it's a ground ball to second base. Getting there is Helms. He's going to come over, tag the bag at second to force out Pepitone, and the inning is over. No runs and a hit for the Cubs. Still tied at 2 after 7. We go to the top of the 8th. Top of the order for the Astros as well. Here's Roger Metzger. He's 1 for 3. Switch right coming up for the Cubs. So let's see who the Cubs are going to bring on to bat, come on to pitch, and it is going to be. Coming on to pitch for the Cubs is going to be Tom Pappas. 3 wins, 4 losses, 6 saves, a 4.04 ERA. Pappas does not have any. This is another appearance for him, but he actually has no stats. So Pappas will go ahead and pitch to Metzger as Brian B. joins us here at Wrigley Field. No problem. I know you were finishing watching up a Reds rally. No, it's okay. My Mets are not good right now. Pappas with the pitch. Pappas, 6-5, range play. Metzger, 6-3. It's a base hit to center field, but a range play for Rick Monday. He's going after it. His range is a 3. He won't get it. It'll be a base hit. Metzger gets a leadoff single. It'll bring up Cedeno, infield at double play depth. Cedeno is 2 for 3. He is just killing the ball right now in this postseason. Metzger, 23 stolen bases. He's not going any here. Pappas will go ahead and pitch. Pappas, 1-4 against the righty. It's a blank. Cedeno, 4-4 against the righty. It's a base hit past short. Metzger's got good speed, but not good enough. He'll hold at second base. Cedeno gets another hit. Now 3 for 4 tonight. And here comes Wynn. Runners at first and second. Wynn 1 for 3. Infield still at double play depth. Nobody out in the top of the 8th. Nothing on the 3. Metzger on at second. Cedeno on at first. Phoebus will pitch. Phoebus 6-6 against a righty. It's a blank. Win 3-2. It's a ground ball to second base. 2-2-3. Shortstop pivot Kessinger 0. A 1-3. It's a double play. No, the throw will go to first. Metzger and Cedeno move up a base. 1 out. So a slow rolling grounder to second. And the only play was at first, 1 out. Now the infield's got to come in. And here comes May. May is 1 for 3. Runners at second and third. Infield is in now. Astros got a good chance here to get some runs. Strategy. Nothing on the 18. Phoebus will go ahead and deal. Phoebus, 1-1, strikeout, 19 is high. May, 3-5, and he pumped it up to third base. And Santos says he's got it, and he does, 2 down. May pops it up. Phoebus now 1 out away from getting out of the jam. Here comes Watson. And Watson is 0 for 3. You know he's due. Runners at second and third, 2 outs, top of the 8th, tied at 2. Strategy. Nothing on the 14. Metzger and Cedeno will hold. Phoebus trying to go ahead and get out of this inning. Phoebus will pitch. 1-4 against a righty. It's a blank. Watson, 1-2, and it's a ground ball to third. Santos got it, throws to first, and the Cubs are out of the jam. Stadium cheers. Yay! No runs, 2 hits, and the Astros get nothing. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Don Wilson is tired, and the Astros are going to go to the bullpen. And coming on to pitch for the Astros is going to be George Culver. 6 wins, 2 losses, 2 saves, a 3.05 ERA. Culver will be the second Astro pitcher. And Culver, leading off for the Cubs, will be Glenn Beckert. Beckert is 0 for 3. So Culver can pitch to 9 batters, and he may be pitching to 9 batters since the Astros really are a little thin in the bullpen. A rule query on ET double play checks that really only needs a yes or no, and at most a 10 explanation can be given the other side of a batter if necessary. I have a rule query, an error on a throw, double play checks that really only needs a yes or a no. What's the question? I don't know what it is. Do you check for errors on every fielder or stop at the first base range check? You check for errors on every fielder, but if on an error on a throw for a double play, you actually do have to check to see if there's an error on the throw on the first and the pivot guy as well. So Beckert will lead off against Culver. Bottom of the 8th, tied at 2. Culver. 4-2 against the righty. It's a blank. Beckert. 3-4, and that's a ground ball to first base. May is going to go ahead and get that and take it to the bag himself, 1 down. Next batter is Williams. Williams is 1 for 3. He has a bomb. Yep, Brian B. is right. Culver will go ahead and pitch. Culver, 5-2, strikeout 12. That's high. Williams, 2-4, and it's a fly ball to right field. Jimmy Wynn will get to it and make the catch, out number 2. And now Hickman. Hickman is 1 for 3, a single and reached on an error. Culver, he'll go ahead and pitch. Culver, 3-1, hit by pitch, 4, plunk, ouch. Hickman gets on base, he hits him on a hit batter. That's the first hit batter of the game. And now a chance for the Cubs. Here comes Santo. Santo is 0 for 2 with a walk. It always seems that Santo comes up when Hickman is on base. Hickman is on at first. 2 men down, bottom of the 8th. Santo looking for something for Culver. Strategy roll. Hickman will stay where he is. Culver sets up, and he will make the pitch. Culver, 4-6, walk, 3, ball 4. And Culver now walks Santo. And now the go-ahead runs at second. And now a big spot for Rick Monday. Monday is 1 for 3 with a single. D. Scott Howard, the GOAT Whisperer, joins us here at Wrigley Field. Hickman on at second. Santo on at first, tied at 2. Bottom of the 8th, game 1 of the NLCS. Culver trying to get out of his jam now. Strategy, nothing on the 4, nobody's moving. Culver looks in on Monday. Monday looking for something to hit. Culver, 4-6, walk, 5, and that's ball 4. Culver walks, the bases loaded. A hit batter, and now 2 walks. And the batter now is Randy Hundley. And the Cubs are checking the bench to see if they want to make a move. But I think they're going to stick with Hundley here. Bases are loaded. 2 outs. Hickman on at third. Santo on at first. Monday, Santo on at second. Monday on at first. Culver in a big jam here. Monday, Hundley is 0 for 3. Fans are loud and they are screaming, trying to mess up Culver. Hundley trying to get a big-time hit. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Strategy. Nothing on the 16. Culver will now look at Hundley. Fans are hoping for a big hit. Culver will pitch. 1-2. Against the righty, it's going to be an automatic out. And that's going to be a ground ball to short, taken there by Metzger. He's going to throw to first to get Hundley, and the inning is over. Stadium groans. Nothing across except 2 walks and a hit batter. Tied at 2 after 8. We go to the top of the 9th. Leading off for the Astros is Doug Rader. Tom Phoebus coming out of the game. And we're going to see a new pitcher for the Cubs. And it's going to be their closer, Jack Aker, to keep it tied at 2. Aker has 2 saves and a hold in the postseason. And he is going to come in at Hundley's position. And we're going to have a double switch. So Hundley's going to come out of the game. And Ken Rudolph is going to take over at catcher. So Rudolph is going to bat 9th. As Hundley's going to come out. As we're going to do a double switch here. So Jack Aker can pitch to at least a few batters. So let's see here. So we're going to have a switch. So now the catcher is in the 9th spot. And the pitcher is now in the 7th spot. And Hundley went 0 for 4, so I know that. No, Hundley went 0 for 4. So now the catcher is going to be Ken Rudolph, and he's going to bat 9th. Not a good catcher at all, but he's actually got a little bit more power. Got a pretty good arm, though. So yes, we had, Brian B., a double switch. So Jack Aker is going to be in the 7th spot. And Ken Rudolph will now bat in the 9th spot. Doug Rader will lead off here at the top of the 9th. So will we see some top of the ninth inning magic? Jack Aker, Cubs' best pitcher, at least in the bullpen. Aker will pitch. There is Decker, though. 4-5, walk, 12. That's too high. Raider, 1-4, and it's a line out right to third. That's grabbed by Santo. 1 out. One down. The next batter is Helms. Helms is 1 for 3. Aker, he will pitch. Aker, 4-5, walk 4. That's ball 4. He just walked him. Aker can't believe it. Aker thought that was a strikeout, but Helms is going to be safe at first on a big walk. And now the batter is Edwards. Edwards is 0 for 3. Culver in the on-deck circle, but he may be called back. Although Culver can hit. Infield a double play. Helms on it first. Strategy. Nothing on the 10. Helms stays put. Aker with the pitch. Aker, 6-6. Home run chance. Lefty, though, 0. Not happening. Edwards, 2-2. And it's a line drive right to first. That is out number 2. A 1-4. Helms is doubled off. He's tagged out. He's tagged out by Jim Hickman, and the inning is over. And L3 unassisted. Nothing across except a walk. Hit right to Hickman. Helms was off the bag. Hickman just tagged him, and the inning was over. Helms makes a big-time base-running mistake. And we go to the bottom of the ninth. So will we see some bottom of the ninth inning magic? There is slightly good news for that happening. George Culver can actually continue to pitch, but he can pitch to 3 more batters before he tires. So leading off for the Cubs will be Jose Cardinal, and he's 1 for 3. So Culver gets back on the mound. That kind of actually in a kind of way helped the Astros. Allow Culver to go for another 3 more batters. Culver will pitch. Culver, 1-4, strikeout 11. That is high. Cardinal, 3-6, and he grounds it right back to the pitcher. Culver will get that and throw it over to first for the out. And now we'll bring in the new catcher, Ken Rudolph, a 236 average, 2 homers, and 9 RBIs. Lousy at the plate, but he's got a very good arm. He's got an excellent arm. Culver will go ahead, and Culver will pitch to Rudolph. Culver, 1-1, strikeout 12. That's high. Rudolph, 2-4, and it's a fly ball to right field. Getting over there is Jimmy Wynn. He will make the catch, out number 2. And now here's Kessinger. Kessinger is 0 for 4. Culver looking in on Kessinger. Fans at Wrigley Field hoping maybe Kessinger can keep it going. Culver with the pitch. Culver, 6-1, range play. Kessinger, 4-4. It's popped up to second base. But going after it is Tommy Helms. He was excellent. His range is a 5. And it's a 1. He will make the catch. And for the 4th straight game, we have free baseball. Free baseball. Free baseball here. Get your free baseball. I'm not sure, but I think this may be the most. I think this is the longest streak. I thought at one point, and I'm not certain what season it was in, where I had 5 straight extra inning games in the regular season. But this is the first time I've ever had 4 straight postseason games going to extras. We go to the top of the 10th, tied at 2. Yeah, 1972 has surpassed 1979. Aker will get back on the mound. He can pitch to 3 more batters. Culver coming out of the game. He has done his job for the Astros. And leading off for the Astros is going to be, pinch hitting, will be Norm Miller. 243 average, 4 homers, and 13 RBIs. So Aker will pitch to Miller here in the top of the 10th, tied at 2. Aker, 2-4, error on a throw. Miller, 5-5. That's a ground ball to second base, that ball. Let's hit to Beckert. His error rating is a 7. That's an 8. He throws it a little high, but Jim Hickman reaches up and gets it, and that's out number 1. Almost an error, but Hickman just jumps up there and nails it, and that's the first out. Now the batter is Metzger. Metzger is 2 for 4, 2 singles. Aker looking in on Metzger, and he will pitch. Aker, 2-3, possible error. Metzger, 4-4, fly ball, center field. Going after that is Rick Monday. His error rating is a 1. That's a 14. He'll make the catch, out number 2. And now Cedeno, who's having another awesome night. Cedeno, 3 for 4. He is absolutely destroying pitching in this postseason. Aker will go ahead and pitch. Aker, 2-4. Error on a throw. Cedeno, 6-1. That's a ground ball to second base. Once again, Beckert's got it. His error rating is a 7. That's a 16. He makes a much better throw to first. Hickman is there, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3, go the Astros. We go to the bottom of the 10th, tied at 2. Leading off for the Cubs is Glenn Beckert. Astros need a pitcher. And we're an extra, so really can be anybody. Except for fringe. Fringe players should always be last. That was my mistake. Coming on to pitch for the Astros is going to be Tom Griffin. Tom Griffin has 2 holds and a win. He is 1-0 with 2 holds. So Tom Griffin will now come in to pitch for the Astros. He can pitch to 9 batters, which actually is not too bad. And he's got time. So we'll see what Griffin can do here for the Stros. Beckert leads off. Bottom of the 10th inning, tied at 2. Griffin with the pitch. Griffin, 6-4, strikeout 5. That is high. Beckert, 1-1, base hit right past third, and the Cubs have the winning run on base. Single for Beckert, and now here's Williams. Williams is 1 for 4 with a bomb. Infield is a double play depth. Beckert not really a threat to steal, and he's not going anywhere. Griffin will pitch to Williams. Fans here at Wrigley Field hoping Williams can do a big one here. Griffin will pitch. Griffin, 6-4, strikeout 13 is high. Williams, 2-6, and it's a fly ball to right. Jimmy Wynn will come under there, and he'll make the play for out number 1. And now here's Hickman. Hickman is 1 for 3. Single, stole a base, scored, and got hit by a pitch and reached on an error. Beckert on it first. Strategy, again, Beckert stays where he is. Griffin looking in on Hickman. Fans here at Wrigley Field hoping someone can get this game over right now. Griffin with the pitch. Griffin, 4-6 against a righty. It's a blank. Hickman, 6-3, and it's a fly ball to center field. And Cedeno will get to it and make the catch, 2 outs. And now here's Ron Santo. Santo 0 for 2, but walked twice. Beckert stays where he is. Griffin will pitch to Santo. Fans here at Wrigley hoping Santo can have his 3rd consecutive game with a bomb. Griffin looking in on Santo. Fans are loud. Griffin gets the sign, and now he deals. Griffin, 1-3 against a righty. Strikeout plus 10. That's a 15. Santo becomes an 18. -2 is a 16. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and we've got more free baseball. No runs and a hit. Tied at 2 after 10. We go to the top of the 11th inning. Aker is tired. He is due to bat second in the 11th inning. They're going to see if he can pitch. And leading off for the Astros will be Jimmy Wynn. Wynn is 1 for 4, has got a double. Aker is tired. The Cubs say, can you give us one more inning here? Aker will go ahead and he will. This is 1972, not 2024. Aker, a 2-4. Error on a throw. Win. 4-3. Nope, that's a pop fly ball to third base. And it's going to be Santo getting to that. And that's out number 1. 1 out. Here's May. May is 1 for 4 with a single. Aker goes ahead and he will pitch. Aker, 3-5. That's a base hit right up the middle. It's a fatigue result, and Aker's out of the game. May does go ahead and get a base hit. It is a single, and that will be it for Jack Aker. He has to come out. So now the batter is Watson, and the Cubs have to go to the bullpen. And I've already had a double switch, so not much I can do here. Trying to get a couple of outs. But in this situation, you got to go with the best guy you got. Coming on to pitch for the Cubs is going to be Bill Bonham. 1 win, 1 loss, 4 saves, a 3.12 ERA in the year. Bonham has 1 save in the postseason. Infield is a double play depth. They want to save Decker for a little longer. So Bill Bonham will pitch to Bob Watson here. May is on at first. Watson is 0 for 4. You kind of think he's due. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 11. May stays at first. Bonham will go ahead and pitch. Bonham, 5-2 against a righty. Strikeout plus 10. That's an 11. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's a big K for Bonzo. And that is out number 2. And now here comes Raider of the Lost Ark. And he is 0 for 4. May on at first, tied at 2, top of the 11th. Only game 1 of this NLCS. I'll tell you, this postseason is going to probably put me in a grave. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 17. May stays at first. Bonham will go ahead and he will pitch. Bonham, 3-4. Base hit right up the middle. It's a single. May doesn't have the speed. He'll have to hold it second base. May holds it second, but a base hit by Raider. And now a go-ahead run in scoring position. And the batter is Helms. Helms will bat. Helms is 1 for 3, a single and a walk. Bonham pretty much in there just to try to get out of this inning. May on at second, Raider on at first. Strategy. Nothing on the 4. Nobody moves. Fans here at Wrigley Field hoping for a good pitch. Bonham with the deal. Bonham, 5-2 against a righty. Strikeout plus 10. That 15 is too high. Helms, 1-1. It's a base hit to center field. It's a single. Will it score May with 2 outs? Base runner 3. Single to center, plus 2, a 1-5. May will score. He does. Astros take the lead. That is a 2. Raider will go to third base. Helms to first. It's 3-2 Astros. Stadium groans. And now the batter is Edwards. Raider now runners at the corners with 2 outs. Edwards is up. He's 0 for 4. Bonham looking in to pitch against Edwards now. It's now a 3-2 Astro lead. Fans here at Wrigley Field hoping Bonham can now just get out of the inning. Strategy, nothing on the 18. Bonham will pitch. Bonham, 2-3 against the lefty. It's a blank. Edwards, 3-5, and that's a fly out to center. And Monday's going to get to it. He will make the catch and retire the side. 1 run, 3 hits for the Astros. They have a 3-2 lead as we go to the bottom of the 11th. Tom Griffin, as I'm checking the Astro bullpen, and Tom Griffin is the guy that's got to pitch this inning. They got to go with him. Tom Griffin's going to try to close the game out for the Astros here in the bottom of the 11th. Leading off for the Cubs will be Rick Monday, and he is 1 for 3, a single and a walk. Griffin will pitch to Monday, bottom of the 11th, 3-2 Astros. Griffin will deal. Griffin, 3-6 range play at the park. Wrigley Field, 2-1. It's a single plus double to right field. Going after it is Jimmy Wynn. His range is a 3. He's got it. What a play by Wynn. That could have been a double, and Monday can't believe it. 1 out. Da-da-da, da-da-da. A big-time web gem by Jimmy Wynn, who makes a huge play in right field. And there's 1 away. Bonham coming out of the game. Cubs will go to the bench. And coming on to bat is going to be Paul Popovich. 194 average, a homer, and 11 RBIs. Cub bench is not that great. But Popovich, a switch hitter, who'll go up against Griffin. Griffin against Popovich, 1 out, bottom of the 11th. Griffin, 5-6, wild pitch, ball 1. Griffin again, 2-5, possible error. Popovich, 6-2, ground ball to short. That ball is hit the Metzger. His error rating is a 7. That's a 15. He's got it. Throws to first for out number 2. And now the last chance for the Cubs is Jose Cardinal. He is 1 for 4. Griffin looking in on Cardinal. Fans here at Wrigley Field hoping Cardinal can just keep it going a little longer. Griffin sets up against Cardinal. And now here comes the deal. Griffin, 5-3, strikeout 9, that is high. Cardinal, 2-2, and a line drive hit right back to Griffin. He puts up his glove. Pow! That's your game. Astros will go ahead and win this game against the Cubs, 3-2. Stadium groans. A line out right back to Griffin, who spears it before it hits him in the groin. And the Astros will take a 1-0 series lead on the Cubs. Well done job by the Astros. They'll take this win. Nothing across for the Cubs. And the Astros will have a 1-0 series lead with Game 2 on Monday. Final line score coming up. For the Astros, 3 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. For the Cubs, 2 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. The winning pitcher was going to be Tom Griffin, and he's going to get his second win. He's going to go to 2-0 with 2 holds. The loss goes to Bill Bottom, and that is his first loss. He is 0-1, and he does have a save. But a big victory here for the Astros as they take the home field away from the Cubs, and they have a 1-0 series lead here in this NLCS. But we all know nothing is any inside pitch, very unpredictable. Tomorrow will be game 2 of the ALCS, and that will be in the morning between 11 and 11:30. Game 2 of the New York Yankees taking on the Kansas City Royals. The Royals lead that series 1-0. It will be Mel Stottlemyre going for the Yankees and Dick Drago going for the Royals. Can the Royals take a 2-0 series lead, or can the Yankees tie that series up? Big one tomorrow morning. Yankees-Royals ALCS Game 2. Be there or be square. Brian Patterson, Frank Rosank, Brian Hoxie, David Vega, Funk and Boxing TV with Sir Ron 61. Brian B., Phoenix Knight, V-Dub Productions, Tracy Meehan, D. Scott Howard, let's see here, PFL QR, Dan Atkins, Clee Baseball Fan, Jimmy Jam, DB, and of course, Jeremy Brooks. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you tomorrow morning. It took 11 innings, but the Houston Astros caged the Cubs. They win it today, 3-2. The Astros lead this National League Championship Series 1-0. See you tomorrow morning.